Working Committee of Labour Party held on the 26th day of August 2024 at the national headquarters of Labour Party in Abuja. The meeting was convened by the national chairman, Barrister Julius Abure, and National Secretary Alhaji Umar Farouk Ibrahim. Members of the National Working Committee were in attendance, and at the end of the meeting, the following convened. The meeting was called at the instance of the national chairman of the party to brief members of the NWC on his recent meeting with the governor of Abia State, Dr. Alex Otti, who was elected under the platform of the party, during which the governor stated his intention to convene a National Executive Council meeting on Saturday, 31st day of August 2024, in order to dissolve the national executive, state executive, local government executive, and ward executive, purportedly on the ground that the tenures of the executives have expired. His argument was premised on the feelers from INEC that the executive of the current the tenure of the current executive has expired. 2. The National Working Committee NWC consequently notes as follows: A. The national leadership hereby states unequivocally that there is no vacuum in the leadership of the party. B. Conscious of the fact that the tenure of the executives was to last till June 2024, the National Convention of the party was held in March 27, 2024 at Nnewi, Anambra State, in which the governor of Abia State was ably represented by his deputy governor, who also doubled as the chairman of the convention committee. In fact, it was the deputy governor of Abia State who declared the election of this current national executive. He was the one that declared the results and announced the leadership, and consequently even swore in the executives, the current executives of the party. It must be noted that all the government officials from Abia State, including the deputy governor, commissioners, chief of staff, and indeed all Labour Party State Assembly members, led by the Speaker of the House of Assembly, senior special assistants, and all other aides of the governor, were present at that convention. It must be stressed that under the laws of the land, which include the following: the 1999 Constitution, the Electoral Act 2022, the Labour Party Constitution, and indeed all other laws of the land, were adhered to in convening that convention. Article 14 of the Labour Party Constitution provides that it is only the national chairman and the national secretary of the party who can convene the meeting of the National Working Committee, National Executive Committee, and the National Convention or any other meeting of the party. In the exercise of that power, therefore, on the 20th day of December 2023, the national chairman, the national secretary of this party, issued notices to the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, for the convening of the National Convention of the party that was scheduled to hold in March 2024. As against 21 days notice, this party issued 3 months notice to INEC. It must be noted that Section 82(1) of Section 82(1) of the Electoral Act 2022 provides as follows, and for the avoidance of doubt, I will reproduce them here, and I quote: every registered political party shall give the commission at least 21 days notice of any convention, congress, conference, or meeting convened for the purpose of merger and electing members of the executive committee and other governing bodies or nominating candidates for any of the elective offices specified under these acts. It was in fulfillment of this provision that the national chairman and the national secretary of the party issued notice to INEC on the 4th of December 2023, when it became apparent for logistic reasons that the convention would be held at another venue. Another notice for change of venue was issued to INEC on the 14th of March 2024. Again, another notice for a change of venue was issued on the 20th and 21st day of March 2024. It is therefore clear that the party has fulfilled its obligation under the Electoral Act and the Constitution of the party. 5. Section 82, subsection 2 of the Electoral Act provides that the commission may, or without prior notice to the political party, attend and may observe any convention, congress, conference, or meeting which is convened by a political party for the purpose of electing members of its executive committees or other governing bodies, nominating candidates for an election at any level, and C, approving a merger with any other registered political party. To this extent, it is safe to conclude that Labour Party, under this leadership, has complied with the provisions of the Electoral Act, the Constitution of Nigeria, and Labour Party Constitution in convening the National Convention of the party that was held at Unewe, Anambra State, on the 27th of March, 2024. And I'm sure that the recent case decided by the Supreme Court in the case of Abia was also very succinct, that INEC do not need to be present for a convention to be valid. What is mandatory is for a political party to give the 21 days notice. And once that notice is given, whether INEC attend or not, does not invalidate the convention. To this extent, it will be safe to conclude that the Labour Party have fulfilled the requisite requirements needed by the electoral. Therefore, for any person or group of persons, or even government agencies to speculate that the tenures of the current executive have expired is not only mischievous, but a deliberate attempt to put the party in comatose. Section 82(5) of the Electoral Act 2022 equally provides as follows, and I quote, "Failure of a political party to notify the commission as stated in subsection 1 shall render the convention, congresses, and conference or meeting invalid." Cumulative reading of these provisions will point clearly to the fact that it is only when you fail to give notice to INEC, when you fail to give 21 days notice to INEC, that a convention or congresses can be invalidated. Once you have given the 21 days mandatory notice, whether INEC attends or not becomes immaterial. Again, the decision of the Supreme Court recently in the case of Abia have further validated that position of the law. Number 6, the National Working Committee in section notes that section 83(1) and 2 of the Electoral Act 2022 provides as follows. The commission shall keep records of the activities of all registered political parties. Subsection 2 provides that the commission may seek information or clarification from any registered political party in connection with any activities of the political party, which may be contrary to the provisions of the Constitution or any other law or guiding rules and regulations pursuant to the Act of the National Assembly. These provisions gives INEC the power to make inquiries about the party from the national chairman and the national secretary of the party. Under this provision, the national chairman and the national secretary of the party are under obligation to provide such information to the commission. Along this line, the national chairman and the national secretary of our party, after the national convention of the party held on the 27th day of March 2024, forwarded copies of a comprehensive report of the convention to INEC. This was enable INEC update their records following their inability to attend the national convention of the party. Accordingly, it is very clear that the party has fulfilled its obligation to convene its convention. Therefore, for any person or group of persons or any agency to begin to instigate members of the party from the back door that the tenures of the executive have expired is tantamount to being unprofessional and mischievous. Number 7. We must also state that government business is not conducted verbally. It is done in official communication through writings and correspondences. As we speak, as at the moment, there is no communication whatsoever from INEC to the party as it regards any objection to the conduct of that convention. In administrative law parlance, once a communication has been made to a government agency and there is no response, it is deemed to mean that those communications and correspondences have been accepted. Indeed, INEC has related closely and clearly with the leadership of the party until recently, when the party was denied the invitation to attend the third quarterly consultative meeting of political parties. As we speak, there is no correspondence from INEC to explain that action. 8. The National Working Committee notes that the National Convention of the party, held on the 27th day of March 2024, has been validated by a court of competent jurisdiction of the Federal High Courts, sitting in Abuja on the 16th day of June 2024, when it held that issues of leadership, conduct of congresses, and convention are internal affairs of a political party. The versatile and erudite judge went ahead to determine all the issues of notices, how the convention was held, delegates, amongst others, were determined by the court, and thus the court upheld the national convention of the party. Consequently, it is our view that for anybody to hold the opinion that there is a vacuum in the leadership of the party is not only mischievous, but a deliberate attempt to cause panic, to cause chaos, and to disrupt the smooth workings of our great party, the Labour Party. Number 9. The National Working Committee of the Labour Party urges all members of the party to play by the rules, pay respect to the national leadership of the party and the party executives at all levels, and respect the party constitution. All party members are under obligation to respect the integrity, the dignity of the party and its leadership. Consequently, the national leadership states clearly that it will not hesitate henceforth, the party will not hesitate henceforth to discipline any member of the party, however highly placed, who is not ready to obey the constitution of the party and indeed obey the lawful directive of the leadership of the party. In this regard, the National Working Committee went ahead to set up a standing disciplinary committee as follows. Barrister Kenneth Okonkwo, National Legal Advisor, is the chairman of that committee. Chief Clement Ojukwu, Deputy Chairman of the party, is a member. Dr. Ayo Olorufemi, Deputy Chairman of the party, is a member. Dudu Manuga, National Women Leader, is a member. Barrister Callistus Okafor, State Chairman, Imo State, is a member. Alhaji Raji Ahmed, Chairman, Kano State, member. Alhaji Umar Farouk Ibrahim, National Secretary of the party, is a member and secretary of the disciplinary committee. Number 10, the National Working Committee also notes that assuming, without conceding, that the tenure of the current National Working Committee has even expired, we must state clearly that it is not the responsibility of Dr. Alex Otti as governor of Abia State to convene a INEC meeting for the purposes of setting up a caretaker committee. It is still the responsibility of the national chairman and the national secretary of the party to convene such a meeting. Secondly, it is the responsibility of INEC to officially communicate in writing as to why it has objection to the conduct of convention and indeed draw the attention of the leadership of the party to the fact that their tenure has expired. Examples of such official communications are numerous, such as was the case in ADC and that of Accord Party. The tenure of the leadership of these parties expired, and INEC wrote several letters to those parties to draw their attention, particularly the attention of the national chairman of these parties to the fact that their tenures has expired. As at today, there is no single correspondence from INEC drawing our attention to the fact that the National Working Committee's tenure has expired, nor that indeed the convention of the party that was held at INEC was not accepted by the commission. That is why the intrigues and the maneuvering that are ongoing are laughable. 11. Apart from the fact that the Federal High Court in Abuja has already validated the National Convention held in March, there are other persons who have equally challenged the convention of the party, and these cases are as follows. The lists are here and you can see them. It is therefore trite in our laws that once cases are pending in courts, parties are to maintain status quo ante in order not to destroy the rest. In this case, INEC is expected to maintain the status quo ante in order not to destroy the rest of the party. INEC is expected not to descend into the arena of conflict, but to continue with its neutrality and work cordially with the recognized leadership of the party until the courts state otherwise. 12. The National Working Committee must also state, in addition, that Labour Party is different from other political parties in the sense that it is not a party that is controlled by one man, nor one woman, nor one leader. Neither is it a party that can be put in the pockets of one person. It is a party for the generality of the people. It is for these reasons it was possible to record the successes it made in the 2023 general election. The outlook of the party made it possible for people like Dr. Alex Otti to use the platform of the party and win the general election in 2023 after trying and failing in APC, PDP, and even Abga. Therefore, the ideology, principles, ideas, and outlook of the party must be maintained at all costs. It is a party for the peasants, the downtrodden, the poor, the oppressed, and those who indeed want genuine change and good governance for the people of Nigeria. I must state and conclude here with the quote from Chinua Achebe, Things Fall Apart, where he said, "Let the eagle perch and let the kite perch also." In Labour Party, we are not troublemakers as people are trying to paint, as people try to perceive. We accommodated everybody in the party and provided our platform for people to use. We provided that accommodation, we accommodated them, we assisted them, and today we have a lot of elected officers. The party is big enough to accommodate all interests. The party is large enough to accommodate diverse opinion. And that's why at this level, we have been very professional in our approach to issues. We have been very dispassionate in the manner and the way we deal with issues. So we are not fighting anybody. Since after the general election, I need to make this clarification. The party executive and the party leadership have been under attack. What we have done since after the general election is for us to defend ourselves. We have never started any attack on any person or any group of persons. If you look at the struggle we have faced since after the general election, none has ever been initiated by the leadership of the party. Rather, it is people attacking and fighting the leadership of the party. So what we have done for the past few months is for us to defend ourselves. And this is precisely what we are doing. I must state that the party is open to all Nigerians to express themselves. The platform is available. It's an alternative to others, and we are prepared to defend the integrity of the party. We intend to defend the interest of all our members. If the interest of any elected officers is in conflict, is under attack, I can assure you that we'll be all over the place to defend those interests. So we want to appeal to our colleagues that they should concentrate on governance and allow us manage the political party. So I thank you and God bless you.